Hi guys, it's Mr. Bromfield here, and this is the final instalment of music videos for during term time. Anything that comes after this is going to be summer holiday stuff. So I'm going to leave you with the most advanced theory that I've ever tried to do, and this is going to be explaining scales and key signatures. And this is going to be a really easy way to understand scales and key signatures. It's brilliant if you think that when you go to high school you might want to take music as a GCSE. Let's get stuck into this. Okay, you're going to need to draw a stave. I'm just going to hold my phone in a different way so I can draw these straight lines. There you go. A stave is 5 lines, and those 5 lines are not the strings on a guitar. It's a ladder of pitch. Low pitches go on these lower lines and the pitches get higher as you go up. Okay, I'm going to draw some notes. There's a treble clef. A treble clef starts on that line. If you want to draw this as I'm drawing it, you'll end up with a lot of information. And then we're going to start off with a note, which is actually so low it won't fit on these 5 lines. That's called a ledger line. It's a way for us to write notes which go lower than the stave or higher than the stave. And the note we're going to draw is going to be on that line. We'll worry about the letter name of that note in a minute. Next, we're going to do a note which is just underneath the bottom line. Then we get to a note that we do know. That's bottom line, that's E. Every good boy deserves football. That's an E. So we know that. Okay, let's keep going. There's an F. There is a G. Feel free to extend these lines if you need to. I need to extend them. A. B. And finally, a C. Now that sound is the sound of a scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you know that sound, da, 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 that's the sound of a major scale. Now, we said we were going to look at these letter names here. Let's look at them now. So, first of all, let's do the ones that we know. Bottom space is F, because the space is F, A, C, E. Then every good boy deserves football. F-A-C-E. If you need to go over this, I'll put a little link in the description for the letter names video. Every good boy deserves football. There's a B. F-A-C-E. There's a C. So you can see this is going alphabetically. E, F, G, A, B, C. So if you go backwards through the alphabet, you can start to work out the letter names of these lower notes. So G, F, E. The letter name before E is a D, and the letter name before D is a C. And that's a way that you can work out these notes which are off the stave. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is a major scale. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a piano keyboard. I have covered this in another video too, but super useful for you to be able to draw a piano keyboard from memory, because it gives you a lot of information about music that you can then use. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draw 8 lines going down and join them up at the bottom. Okay, if you've done that, then you're going to draw the black notes on. 1 goes there on the 2nd line. 1 goes there on the 3rd line, and then there's a space there, and then it goes line, line, line. So colour those in because they're the black notes. And you've drawn a piano keyboard there starting on a C. Anyone who knows the chopsticks fork method will know that the two black notes together are like a chopsticks. What's the first letter of the word chopsticks? C. So the white note to the left of the chopsticks is a C. What are these three black notes? They're the fork. What's the first letter of the word fork? F. So the white note to the left of the fork is an F. And then just fill in the alphabet from there. Remember, the musical alphabet is way easier than the normal alphabet. The musical alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 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 A, B, and it keeps going like that. So after G, just cycle back to A, and there you have a piano keyboard. I said that you could use this to help you with things. Let's use it now. We're going to have a look at the distance between two notes. What is the distance between a C and a D? In music, you measure the distances in tones and semitones. If the notes are side by side on the keyboard, C, C sharp, D, side by side like that, white note, black note, white note, black note, white note, black note, then they are semitones. If you jump over a note, so C, jump over that one to D, that's actually a tone. So we can say that the distance between C and D, C is a black note there, it's in between to D, that's a tone. So we're going to write a T in between those notes. The distance between a C and a D is a tone. Okay, let's do a D and an E. There's a D, there's an E, there's a black note in the middle, so which one's that? That is, again, a tone. Let's write a T. C to D is a tone, D to E is a tone. E to F, is that a tone or is it a semitone? E to F. There's no note in between there. Those notes are side by side. So that is a semitone. Okay, now let's do the next one. F to G. F to G. Is that a tone or a semitone? Well, there's a black note in there, so which one's that? That is a tone. G to A. G to A, there's a black note in the middle, so that also is another tone. A to B. A to B, there's a black note there, so also that's a tone. Okay, B to C. Well, this pattern continues exactly the same and repeats after that. So let's just draw a little bit extra on here. We'd go back to C, we'd go back to that key, and then we would find ourselves with that black note again. And the pattern would just repeat. So you can see that between a B and a C, there is no black notes, so that is a semitone. And this pattern, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, is the same for every major scale. Every major scale has got the pattern tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Okay, let's go on to the next thing. If you understand all that, let's write another scale out. This scale, here's the treble clef, dot on the second line up, spiral, line going straight down through the dots, showing that to that, draw a flick, is going to start on a G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, we've got to make sure that this pattern fits in with tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So let's write those in. We know that that needs to be a tone, that needs to be a tone. Between those two notes needs to be a semitone. Between those two notes, a tone, those two notes, a tone, those two notes, a tone, those two notes, a semitone. And let's do exactly the same thing. We're going to check to see now that there is a tone between G and A. So find a G, find an A. Every good boy deserves football. F-A-C-E, G and A. So yeah, G and an A. G and an A, there's a black note in the middle, so that is a tone. So that G's okay, that A's okay. I'll just sketch in the other letter names. Every good boy, F-A-C. Every good boy deserves, F-A-C-E. Every good boy deserves football. That one doesn't fit on the lines or spaces, that's above. So A, B, C, D, E, F. There. That can be a G. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, let's do the next one. So A to B is supposed to be a tone. There's an A, there's a B, there is a black note in between, so that is a tone. So that B is okay. Now, between a B and a C needs to be a semitone. And as you can see, there is a semitone between B and C, so give that a tick. C to D needs to be a tone. And it is. So that D is okay. D to E needs to be a tone. There's a D, there's an E, there's a black note in the middle. That's also okay. E to F needs to be a tone. There's an E, there's an F. Oh, that's a semitone at the moment. E to F is a semitone, but to fit in with a major scale, it needs to be a tone. So what can we do to change that note and make it a tone away from E? This is where we have these things, they're called accidentals. And accidentals are either a sharp or a flat. There are some more, but for the moment, it's enough for us to just know about sharps and flats. A sharp makes a note one semitone higher, and a flat makes a note one semitone lower. So they're going to be really useful now, because a sharp is a way of moving this note to be one semitone higher than an E. Let's have a look at how that looks on the piano keyboard. There's an E, there's an F, which we've got at the moment. That's a semitone. It's not the right distance. We need to jump over that key and go onto that key. So this black key here is one semitone above F, one semitone higher. So we call that black note F sharp. And that's exactly what we're going to need here to change this F. Now when you draw a sharp sign, there's a little box in the middle. Can you see that box? And that box needs to be on the line or on the space of the note that you're changing. So as you can see here, this sharp sign, the little box in the middle there is on the line, and we're changing this F note, which is also on the top line. Now this means that we can say something about key signatures, because F sharp is the key signature of G major. Our notes went from G to G. That means that the scale is going to be a G scale. And we did a pattern of tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, which is the pattern for a major scale, G major. This is the sound of that scale now. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Before we put the sharp sound in, it sounded like this. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That sounds cool, but it's not the sound of a major scale. Have another listen. This is a major scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. This is what it sounded like before. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, the next thing that we're going to do is write another stave. Draw a treble clef, dot on the second line, a spiral that goes round, line through the dots, join that line to that line, draw a flick on the end. I want you to have a go at doing a D major scale. Now I will write the notes in for you. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and a D. Just jot the letter names of the notes in because it's going to help you when you come to doing your checking. And then write in the pattern of tones and semitones. So we know for every major scale it's the same look. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So let's do it for this one. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. It's going to be your job to check the distance between each of these notes to see if they are a tone apart or a semitone apart. And you're going to find that some of these notes need to be changed in the same way that we changed that F sharp to make it a tone away from E, make it a semitone to G. Some of these notes are going to have sharps by them to make them fit in to this pattern of tones and semitones. And if you can work that out, you will have written a D major scale. At the moment, this is not a D major scale because it's got no accidentals. It doesn't actually fit in with this pattern at the moment. Some of these notes have got to change, and it's your job to find out which notes need to change. So if you need to, pause the video, write down what I've written down, and then get on with your detective work. Check each of the notes with the piano keyboard and see if you can add an accidental or two maybe to make these notes fit in with a pattern of tones and semitones. Let me know how you get on with that. Okay, it's Mr. Bromfield, over and out.